So you decided you officially want to make a game. That's great, but where do you start? Well, that's what we're here to tell you. So, first things first. You need to understand that your first game, and probably a couple after that, are not going to be the most amazing games out there. They're not going to be any AAA title, no Assassin's Creed, no God of War, no Little Big Planet, and it's also not going to be any Spiel des Jahres winner if you're going to be making board games. In fact, I suggest that even if you want to make video games, you give making board games a try, because writing the rules for a board game will get you in the mindset to really understand how the behind the scenes in a game works, especially when you're looking at video games and the rules aren't really seen. The game doesn't let you break the rules, so the player doesn't really need to understand them as well. The next thing, you need an idea. To do that, I suggest you get yourself one of these. Yes, a notebook. With the notebook, take notes about every idea that comes to your head, every mechanic you think seems cool, every theme that you think sounds fun. Write it down, that way you won't forget it and you can look at it later. Now, I understand not everyone likes to write on notebooks, so there's also some apps you can use. Specifically, Google Drive, which lets you save multiple different types of documents that you can access anywhere that you can access the internet, which is very useful. The same goes for Evernote and OneNote. All of these can be used, all of them have a free version. Personally, I like pen and paper. But when I'm out and I'm not home where I can write down, I tend to use Google Drive. Once you've got some ideas, the next important thing is going to be to choose one, just one, and keep it simple. Your idea here is to simply find an idea that has a single mechanic that you think sounds fun or interesting, and then try to make that one mechanic. Something I've found that assists in finding that one mechanic that you want to use is looking through your notes after you've taken quite a few. Take a few days, think about it, write a lot of stuff down. It's gonna help. But then go through your notes and something will likely jump out at you and scream, this would go well with this, or this needs this one thing. And that will really help you with deciding what kind of game you want to make in the first place. Whether or not you're going to be making a 2D platform, or whether or not you're going to be making a 3D game, and whether or not you're going to be making a board game. All of these are completely viable, and we'll go through tips, pointers, best practices, and the pitfalls you want to avoid for each one, basically. A lot of them are going to overlap, though. Also, as a question for the week, comment down below with what you have found to be the most difficult thing in making games. I'd like to know your answers, and perhaps we can help you with it in the future. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. And when we see you next time, we'll show you how you can make your first prototype with just some stuff you have laying around the house.